The iPad, 10th gen, delivers almost everything you could want in a modern tablet, offering a larger display than last year's iPad, along with a sleeker design, faster A14 Bionic chip, and USB-C charging. The Magic Keyboard is comfy to use, and I like the repositioned front camera too. But this tablet costs $120 more than the 9th gen iPad, and the 1st gen Apple Pencil is too awkward to charge. The iPad, 10th gen, takes Apple's base model tablet into the future, or at least the present. The large bezels, ancient home button and lightning port are gone, replaced with a larger 10.9-inch display that nearly goes edge to edge, a power button with Touch ID built in, and USB-C charging.
But those are just some of the changes to the latest iPad. You also get a thinner and lighter design with flatter edges, like the iPad Air and iPad Pro, a faster A14 Bionic chip, and a fairly comfy optional Magic Keyboard folio with trackpad. The bold color options are nice too. Add it all up and you have one of the best tablets around. So what's not to like? For one, the $449 starting price is considerably higher than the previous model. In addition, Apple stuck with the 1st gen Apple Pencil, which still has a lightning port. And while I appreciate the new landscape position of the front camera, the back camera is a bit underwhelming. The starting $449 price is also on the high side. The iPad, 10th gen, starts at $449/$499/AU $749, which is a $120 increase on the cheapest iPad 10.2-inch model. If you'd like 5G cellular connectivity, that starts from $599/$679/AU $999.
For that money, you still get a rather stingy 64 GB of storage. There's the option to upgrade to a much roomier 256 GB, but that'll cost you an extra $150 on either model. It's worth noting that the iPad 10.2, 2021, remains on sale at Apple at the lower $329/$369/AU $549 starting price. Our iPad 2022 versus iPad 2021 comparison goes over the differences between the two models. Finally! That's what I said to myself when I picked up the iPad 10th generation for the first time. Apple has expanded the display from 10.2 inches to 10.9 inches, and in the process banished the old home button. The result is a screen that goes nearly edge to edge, though the bezels are still very much noticeable. Another plus is that the iPad's power button has Touch ID built in, so you just need to rest your finger on the button to unlock the iPad.
I made sure to register my index finger on both hands so I could easily unlock the device both in portrait mode, where the button is on the top right, and in landscape mode, top of left side. Touch ID worked seamlessly every time. Measuring 9.79 x 7.07 x 0.28 inches and weighing 1.05 pounds, 1.06 pounds for cellular, the new iPad 2022 is thinner and lighter than the 9th gen iPad, 9 XX 6.8 x 0.29 inches, 1.07 pounds, 1.09 pounds cellular. Apple is definitely spicing things up with the iPad 2022 colors. I tested the yellow model, which is quite bold and is a cross between yellow and gold. You can also pick pink, blue, and silver. Blue is my favorite of the bunch.
The 10.9-inch display on the iPad 2022 won't blow you away, but it's a good panel for the price. When watching the trailer for Wakanda Forever, I liked the rich colors in the scene where Namor emerges from the water, with his gold and navy blue armor around his neck. I also enjoyed flipping through pictures in the Photos app. I could make out tiny water droplets on a flower as I zoomed in, and this was a photo I shot with the new iPad 10th gen. On our lab tests, the iPad 2022 registered a max of 504 nits of brightness, which just about matches Apple's 500 nit claim. That's good, but you may have trouble making out this panel in direct sunlight as I did. By comparison, the iPad Pro 2021 hit a max of 1,588 nits, but that's a much more expensive tablet. Even the iPad Pro 2022, which didn't perform as well in our testing, still got to 1,577 nits. No surprise here. The A14 Bionic chip that powers the iPad 2022 is plenty fast. and it should be given that this is the same processor inside the iPhone 12. When playing a game like Genshin Impact, the animations were fluid, and the iPad held up well when I tried to fend off 3 enemies at once using my sword. I only saw a bit of sluggishness while climbing up a rock. On Geekbench 5, which measures overall performance, the iPad 2022 scored 1,580 on single-core and 4,400 on multi-core, which is a marked improvement over the 1,384 and 3,387 turned in by the 9th-gen iPad. However, the iPad Air with its M1 chip scored a much higher 1,707 7,151st.